This video is about 25 Sopranos locations in honor of the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, he saw a travel poster for sunny New Jersey.
Now, just an FYI, I limited this to 25 locations because of the 25-year anniversary, but I'm not in any way saying that these are the only 25 places that mattered on the show. Let's get right to it. Dr. Melfi's office is the first place we see in the opening of the pilot episode. Tony's sitting in the waiting room looking slightly confused and hesitant, followed by a Mr. Soprano, and the rest is history.
You're right. That's the link. A connection. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my family. Like I lost the ducks.
And if all this shit's for nothing, why do I gotta think about it?
That's the mystery, isn't it?
Dr. Akavi. Gloria Trillo. Globe Mercedes.
The Soprano household at 633 Stagshell Road, North Caldwell, New Jersey, is home to Tony, Carmela, Meadow, and AJ Soprano.
Want a little cold pasta? I can microwave it.
There are ups, there are downs, and everything in between.
A nurse who took care of your mother, who I liked, who I talked to on the telephone about your mother's alopecia and her bowel movements, who you told me came from an agency, who I shared vodka with the night your mother died. Why would the cousin make it up? Because she's jealous!
You know what time these humps come in for work? Fucking meat delivery at 5 a.m.
Some go there because they're dying for a Satriale's veal parm sub. Others go there because they're dying, or they're just dead, like Richie Aprile.
Believe this fucking weather?
End times, huh? Ready for the rapture.
That's a commercial, isn't it?
It's gonna be a while before I eat anything from Satriale's.
Tony tells Meadow that outside it's the 1990s, but inside their house it's 1954. He wasn't being literal, of course. But if you want to see a 1954 household, take a look at Junior's home. I'd say it's not too far off.
I'm getting my jacket.
I'll bring it. Go get the car. We're late.
Drafts. It's like the fucking Amazon jungle in here. What's the thermostat say?
Don't touch it!
One of the Sopranos' central locations. It's a strip club that we see in the very first episode.
He that his company start paying out phony claims, fake clinics we set up. Or he pays Hester 250 grand he owes him, which we know he cannot do.
Oh, one not even hello? Very nice. That's how you talk to a man in front of his friends?
Yeah, right. What man?
Oh! Or it's a rainy night in Lyndhurst.
Some stuff goes down in that Livia Soprano household. Livia dies there, and so does Richie.
Are you smoking marijuana? I want to watch the TV.
Yeah, well, we should get another one for your room.
Listen to her. Like Rose Kennedy, with all her money to throw around.
The old Vesuvio becomes the location where Junior plans to take out Pussy Malenga. Apparently it burns down. So then we get to New Vesuvio. It's a place of celebration, family,
Do you have low salt selections?
coziness.
Oh, God, Marty, you saved our friggin' lives here.
It's also a place of tension, awkwardness, drama.
Chris. Boy. Rafi.
Benny, can I get you a martina?
Excuse me?
A martina. It's like a martini, but it's from Albania.
I never heard of that.
Well, apparently they go down real easy.
And what about AJ? How's he doing?
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Good.
What are you getting at, Paulie?
Nothing.
Listen, I got a call from a friend of mine in Nutley. Guy's a cop. They got Richie's driver on video. He sold 3 ounces of coke at an arcade down there.
Barone Sanitation, owned and run by Dick Barone until his death at the beginning of season 6.
Guess we'll have to torch a truck or something. Oh, you don't want to hear that. And I sure shit didn't say it.
We actually first see Dick Barone outside of St. Donny's meat market, which is the Satriales of the pilot, essentially.
We're sad to hear you're selling the company.
I've been going over the books. We're paying an Anthony Soprano, second highest salary in the company.
He's a consultant.
Where do I reach him? I want to make some changes, but his office is full of junk. There's a 55-horse Johnson outboard on the desk. Looks like nobody's ever there.
Daddy, your ear's all bloody. What'd they do to your ear?
Just putting in a few stitches to create a nice closure.
Oh, Jesus, we were so scared.
Not surprisingly, perhaps, the hospital is a place we visit on multiple occasions on The Sopranos.
How long do you think we gotta stay there? Now, that's different for everybody. You add up all your mortal sins and multiply that number by 50. Then you add up all your venial sins and multiply that by 25.
We have Tony, Christopher, Ralph's son, Valentina, Tony when he's in his coma.
I tell you, T, first the eyes, then the teeth. Next you find out you can't take pissing for granted.
So on and so forth. Green Grove. It's a retirement community. Some call it a nursing home. Livia goes to live there in season 1 after, well, Tony forces her to live there. This is where all that shit goes down and where Livia manipulates Junior.
I'm sure he's telling the psychiatrist it's all his mother's fault.
What are you talking about, a psychiatrist?
Yeah, a psychiatrist. He's been seeing one for a while now. God only knows what he says.
You may think the senior citizen is king and queen at Green Grove, but it really depends on what family they're in.
Look how you've grown up, Paulie. I know. I don't understand. When I was a kid, you two were old ladies. Now I'm old, and you two are still old.
If you can't get into the spirit of this thing, then we're going to have to let you live in a different home. The Salvation Army has one in Irvington that's supposed to be perfectly fine.
Cozzarelli's funeral home is the main location for funerals throughout The Sopranos.
I'll use all my powers, all my skills.
Don't go crazy.
What a fucking blow.
Now you too.
I'm serious.
You all right, Tom?
Yeah, that formaldehyde smell.
Shooting right to left. Get Uncle Jim's good side.
commend to Almighty God our brother Joseph, and we commit his body to its resting place.
Peeps? It's a fucking nickname. Family name is Paparelli. They're gonna redo it. Fucking Jason. He's dyslexic. What's that got to do with it?
Anthony, those dogs are wild dogs. Cemetery dogs. They'll take your hand off.
Yeah? Ginny. It's Tony Soprano.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm a mess here with the moving. Come in, I'll get John.
Gentlemen, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
We see this home again in the series finale, and the atmosphere is quite different from what we see at the housewarming party back in season 3.
5-6 years ago, when Johnny Sack bought this house, this was all cornfields here.
We see Christopher in Adriana's apartment multiple times over the course of the series. Christopher asks Polly what his arc is. Adriana helps Christopher as he tries to write his script and practice his lines for his acting class. It's where Adriana tells him she may have trouble conceiving, where she suggests they get a fresh start somewhere else. It's also where she tells Christopher about the FBI, where Christopher nearly kills Adriana, and where he does kill Cassette. I'd say the bad moments outweigh the good overall. The Pine Barrens, Season 3, Episode 11, when Christopher and Polly get lost in the woods while trying to bury a package that ends up running away from them. They try to find their way back to the car, but looks like they took a wrong turn.
This house looked like shit.
Fuck you, Paulie. Captain or no captain, right now we're just two assholes lost in the woods.
Baccalieri home, originally home to Bobby, his wife Karen, Bobby Jr., and Sophia.
Janice, hi.
Hi. Listen, I can't stay. I just brought Bobby Jr. a couple Xbox games a friend of mine burned for him.
Then when Karen dies, she's out of the picture. And guess who takes her place later on? The location of the big gladiator scene between him and Tony. In Season 4, Episode 9, Whoever Did This, Tony shows up to Ralph's house after getting a call that there was a fire at the stables and that Pi Omai was killed. Tony shows up thinking that it's Ralph who was responsible for the fire. And Ralph finally gets his big gladiator battle, as we see, which doesn't end well for him. Maybe he shouldn't have offered Tony those eggs. Eggs and the Sopranos don't usually mix well.
Oh, look, Tony, I just made some coffee if you want. Yeah, eggs.
When Tony B gets out of prison and Tony Soprano sees him for the first time, this is right before they go to Tony's welcome home party. So Tony Soprano shows up. He and Tony B see each other, they embrace. We see some photos on the wall that give us a little bit more insight into Tony B's life and the Blundetto family as a whole and the dynamics there.
How's Kelly? How's she doing?
Well, she's lost to us, Anthony. Oh. God, Tom. Look at us. 15 fucking years. The language.
Like your pants.
Crazy Horse is a nightclub on The Sopranos that was formerly known as Lollipop Club, which Adriana LaServa managed until her death at the end of season 5.
Whatever you want to do.
Does Christopher know what happened that night? No! You're crazy.
Right now, you're guilty of obstructing an ongoing investigation into a drug-related homicide.
Fucking Pat tonight!
Let's celebrate.
Whitecaps was a house down the Jersey Shore owned by Alan Sapensley, who almost sold it to Tony Soprano.
Right, Alan Sapensley. How are you? So what do you think?
Serene. But the Soprano marital situation sure wasn't. Not for very long, after they all went to see Whitecaps.
Anthony Soprano, you are full of surprises.
It's good to see a smile on your face.
Uncle Pat's farm is an interesting place. We get to see a little bit more of the Tony Blundetto, Christopher, Tony Soprano dynamic.
We're playing pinochle. Take a hand.
This is the life, huh? I'm with you.
Yeah, we were just saying that.
So Uncle Pat's farm, this place of supposed refuge, relaxation, getting away from the hustle and bustle, is where Tony Soprano goes and kills Tony B. I think of the Spsatafore residence, I don't think of warmth and coziness and family. I think of drama and pain.
You want Vito? How's things going with you guys?
We have our ups and downs.
And, in the romance department?
Excuse me?
I'm here to help you. You're gonna come with us now, all right? Come on.
No! Let me go!
Hey!
No,
It's all
let me
right.
go!
It's gonna be okay.
No! I'm sorry, honey. Stop! Let me go! It'll be okay! Let me
Hey,
go!
you have to be strong. You're doing the right thing.
Who are you? Let me go back to bed!
Spsatafore really.
Right here at this bar, this seat was Uncle Billy's favorite place in the whole world.
More than Shea Stadium?
More than Shea Stadium. Fucking compromised everything.
Nah, what are you talking about?
20 years inside. Not a fucking peep. No more, Butchie. No more of this.
And also the location of a sit-down in Season 4, Episode 4, The Wait. That special sit-down where Johnny Sack wants to avenge his wife's honor by taking out Ralph Cifaretto after he heard that Ralph made a mole joke.
Yeah, again with the money. It's settled, John. So either name a price or get the fuck over it.
Quarter to 12.
Okay. Look. Now.
Fuck me!
Vincent!
Vincent!
Finally, Holsten's Diner, the last location of the show. Tony, AJ, Carmela, and Meadow drive separately, so they all meet each other there. Meadow's running a little late and has trouble parallel parking at first when she shows up. And by the time she finally opens that door, it cuts to black. So, happy 25th anniversary, The Sopranos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts.